Looks like I am live. So, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to today's Daily Peak. I am simply vibing. Ugh. It is raining out. Fun fact. Oh, and I need to rework my RimWorld mod list real quick because I forgot to add one of the intimacy expansions. I've got a pre-patcher, so this won't take long. I just need to tell it to put the mod in the thing next time it loads. There we go. Intimacy Socio Butterfly, which brings my mod list up to a total of 1,154. I hit the auto sort button and it takes a while. Okay. That's gonna be running in the background the whole time. Just because it takes half an hour for my game to load, my RimWorld. So, oh wait, no, I'm rushing in. I'm rushing in way too fast. First, welcome back to the Daily Peak. Appreciate everyone who turns up. I need to take my meds and vitamins. Oh shit, I still need to hit CVS. Because this is my last day of that one anxiety med. Alright. Thing is, I don't know if I'll have time today. I'm hoping to get a lot of stuff done. I've scheduled shit. Alright, well that's my vitamins. I'm going to go ahead and crack a Lust and Found Energy Blue Rush. God damn it. There we go. That's way too difficult. My right hand is super weak. And I'm going to go ahead and take my morning meds. If you guys have meds to take, I recommend you do so as well. Blech. Okay. Now I go to the gameplay screen, and I boot up Peak. And I've got RimWorld running in the background, so it can load. Huh. That logo's different than usual. Oh god. Evil Landfall? Guys, I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. Landfall's evil. They turned evil. Have they put anything in the FAQ about this? No? No. Okay. I just get to look at the new Landfall logo, which is a guy, apparently. Or wait, is that the new logo just like period and the evil bit is the devil horns here? Also, I'm very glad that the Landfall logo is visible, because otherwise you guys would think I'm insane. Anyway. Booting up my game. I turned on the zombie phobia mode, right? They just added that, so... Yes! Okay, cool. Sports. I am just living. I am doing my best. Wait. Hell yeah. I am so goddamn sleepy. That's like normal state for me, but still. I at least got like 6 uninterrupted hours of sleep, which is good. That's a lot better than usual for me. Ideal? No. But better than usual. I will say notably, as yesterday went on, my hand started hurting more and more. Which is likely a problem. It mostly recovered by nightfall. And it was mostly fine when I woke up this morning. So it seems to be like waxing and waning, maybe specifically with activity. Yeah. Perfect world, I would just be able to fully isolate my right hand for a few days. I can't do that. I've got plans to put in application stuff today, so... Which, yay, I'm doing some body doubling stuff with Digi. Hold on. My body, my soul, my flesh. Oh my god. Okay. I feel so much better. That helped a lot with my, like, mood and my everything. Anyway, I've got plans with Digi later to put in a lot of application stuff. So I need to keep using my hand. I mean, it's not even like, you know, it's only gonna take the one day. I'm gonna need to make more time for it later. Because every college makes their application process exhausting, and the fact that it is overseas does not help. On the bright side, I just recently learned about a type of visa you can get, at least in Germany, for seeking the education. So I am probably, I mean, if I can apply for it, right? There's a whole host of other things going on that will have to go on, I guess. It's not actively going on. Um, I'm gonna need to figure out, like, I'm gonna need to finish things off with the church. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I have done enough work that I can largely make myself redundant. um, no guarantees, but it shouldn't take me too long to write out guides that everyone else is able to use all of the stuff that I have implemented. Which, good. I do my best to simplify it all for myself, so... for other folks there, I mean, the like, age and tech literacy aspects are a little... Really? Fuck me. Okay. Age and tech literacy can be a toss-up. And they are high on one and low on the other. But, hopefully, I can write things out. Should only take a couple days. And I mean a couple literally. Okay. Take two. And I will have to talk to my parents because I can't afford anything. I don't know, maybe I can get something worked out, or, ugh. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of stuff is gonna have to go off at roughly the same time. We'll see. We'll see how it all goes. Before any of that happens, I need to do step one of the process. Which is applying. And I've got, like, until the end of the month max to get all of that in. So... I mean... I don't know, if I really beef it, there's still a solid chance I could get that visa apply for that. do my best to get my freelance stuff done. And if I'm out of the house, I should be able to rest and recuperate a bit more effectively. Especially if I'm in a city. There is a level of agency and autonomy that I am yet to experience, mostly because I can't drive. And, like, I can't walk anywhere here. I would love to walk places, but it is not an option locally. There ain't even a bus. God, what would it feel like to actually be able to, like, look up events and go to them on my own? God damn. As I'm saying it, it sounds like the dream, but also the fact that I think that is making me a little sad. It's like, I can go to all the tabletop events that I want, and it's like, motherfucker, you are a nerd. But it is true. It would be a lot easier to pick up the odd jobs. I wouldn't need to worry about, you know, not being able to go to a physical location in most cases. Okay, hold on. What was that? Sorry. My mouse is turning up outside of the... It's not locking properly to... Okay. Yep, I'm good now. That was weird. Which I guess it happens every so often. But yeah. The idea of being able to, like, live in a city and have autonomy... Honestly, until literally today, did not feel real to me. Even as I was, like, you know, debating trying to do stuff to... And the idea of just being able to walk places is wild to me. I really wish I could afford literally anything in the way of, like, an apartment or housing or whatever. Just because I feel like if I had that, like, a couple years ago, I would be in a much better place. Sorry, my mouse is still going off the edge of the screen over here because it's just not locked to this window. Yep. Yeah, no, it's still not. What is even... I think I need to relaunch the game if I want to fix that. If I turn it to normal full screen... Okay. Well... Okay, nope, my mouse has gone off the thing again. What the heck? Jump to grab wall. Hey, that's the thing I was talking about the other day. I mean, I can just keep figuring it out. Like, it's not like I haven't been up to this point. Okay, if I hit the top of the shore, it'll give me a checkpoint, and I can restart my game real quick. Real thankful for those checkpoints. But you know, up until recently, I've just kind of been resignedly accepting that there's not really anything I can do. Some part of my brain is just like, I don't know, I'm stuck in a loop. I am stuck in the catch-22 of like probably the best way to improve my mental health would be to get out of this household, to be more independent, because I have a lot of issues that are like primarily related to people in this abode, as well as you know, the concept of, like, I have a lot of issues with, I don't know how to express it. But, like, the whole first floor of this house is, basically a trauma trigger on, like, a low tier. It's not like walking downstairs gives me a panic attack immediately. But if I spend too long, if I idle there too long, my brain goes to some weird places. Same thing with my parents and stuff. I just start feeling like a kid again, and not in like a good way. Start feeling scared, helpless. Some part of my brain shuts down, and I just shut up, stop advocating for myself almost entirely. And I can put on a face for a lot of it, but ultimately, you know? It's just, okay, I can't deal with this. I cannot deal with this. I need to restart the game right now. I'm not even... I'm not dealing with my mouse leaving the window that often. There's only so much I can do. There's only so much I can tolerate. Eventually, even I hit the level of... Okay, thank God my mouse is not going off the side of the thing anymore. Okay. Third time's the charm. You know, having just this body doubling thing scheduled with Digi. The idea of putting in these applications even. There's a weird hopefulness to it. And I kind of didn't... It didn't feel real before I had something scheduled, like on the calendar. Because most things don't feel real. It's one of those, like, no, you motherfucker. Sorry, my mouse is doing the thing again. Okay. Is this because I have other stuff active in the background? Am I doomed to live like this for eternity? Fuck. Ah. Okay. Well. Just like every so often, my mouse is not, like, resetting back to the center of my screen. So it is going off into my OBS. And, like, threatening to shut down the stream. Even though this is my active window. Anyway. Let's hope it works out. In a perfect world, you know? Honestly, I've written out my vision for a perfect world a lot of times. Housing is notably, like, free public housing is notably a part of it. The no means testing, you know. Yep. My mouse is doing the thing again. That's weird. Ooh, what was that? Okay. That's changed something, what I just did there. Huh. But yeah. God, the idea of being like an independent person in a city so I can actually go places when I want to. Not having to ask for help to go to CVS. Oh god, why am I tearing up? Oh no. Lovely. I am apparently sorely lacking a sense of independence. There is apparently a desperation here that I am only just now recognizing. Just now meeting literally on stream. I'm gonna do my best not to cry at the thought of it. This is going to come up in therapy tomorrow. Ugh. Okay. I need to do more making plans and such. I need to be out of this damn house already. It has been too long. It has been too long and it is killing me. I mean, fuck, how much of me not going out is actually me being disinterested in going out? As opposed to, like, you know, not being able to. Because I want to know, there's a decent chunk of my brain that effectively views needing help as like a failure state. My brain wants me to be able to do everything on my own. And that means I have a lot of problems, like getting out. Because I kind of have a lot of problems with the whole driving thing. I feel like I've mentioned it before. Driving is something of a dissociation trigger for me. Uh, it's enough of an anxiety-inducing experience that my brain's like, okay, we need to tamp this down. And the default way my brain does that is with disassociation. But that is a very dangerous method by which to calm you down when you need to be attentive to your environment. But it's like when I get anxious, that is what my brain does to alleviate that. Like, my default response to anxiety is shut down. And until that changes, it's kind of actively dangerous for me to drive. Because I've practiced a bunch of times. I'm not even that bad at it. But when my brain shuts down, there's no way I can react to anything going on the road. And there's kind of just like... I would love to have a license and everything, but I also don't want to put everyone around me in danger. So I need to hit a new point in my therapy journey before I can really, get driving. But one of the things I am struggling with is a lack of a sense of agency, lack of a sense of independence, and a kind of resignedness to the whims of fate. And at least from my perspective, a good way to fix that would be to be out of this house, away from family, in a city, wherein I can be independent, have agency, that kind of stuff, while also not needing to drive. Because everything, it's all walkable, it's all bikeable, it's all apartmentable. Or at least, ideally it is. I know not every city is like that, but, you know. But in order to be in that situation, I would either need to ask for a lot of help, which, as we've mentioned, my brain views as a failure state. Needing help means you have made a mistake. So my brain's always like, okay, then we're not gonna need help. We're gonna do this ourselves no matter what. Which usually leads to me failing anyway, but taking a lot longer to accept it. Or overexerting myself trying to do something impossible, and only occasionally doing it. Because, you know, doing the impossible isn't the problem, it's the energy demand. It's the fact that doing the impossible, really exhausting. God damn it. That little moment there is, my mouse going out of the screen. I don't know if you caught it, but, as I was trying to climb, my character just kind of stopped moving. And that's because, my mouse was over on OBS. Yeah, having that sense of independence would come from moving to a place where I don't need to, like, drive or anything. Because prerequisite for sense of independence is, like, being independent. And to get there, I would either need to have my own means of transportation in a easily traversable area, or, you know, um, yeah, having like an apartment in a city which is mostly walkable. And that requires a level of financial independence I don't have because I can't go anywhere because I cannot drive. Which, boy, makes it hard to save. I'm very lucky to have the church job. Because at least I am saving something. It's not a high salary, but it's something. But this also means my lack of transportation is preventing me from saving up a meaningful amount of money, which is preventing me from getting my own place and, like, moving out of this home. And being here is preventing me from making meaningful progress in my mental health stuff. And my mental health stuff is the reason I don't have good transportation, which is the reason I don't have a lot of money, which is the reason I can't move out. And you can see how I get stuck in a loop. And, like, one of the best ways to fix that would be asking for help. But there is an entire lobe of my brain dedicated to producing stress hormones anytime I think about asking for help too hard. Despite the fact that I am, by all accounts, raging kami. Like, big on collectivism. I think everyone should be able to ask for help, and I think everyone should be able to receive that help. It should be provided by default. And yeah, a big part of the reason why I think that is because I have difficulties asking for help. Because, you know, my brain has decided that needing help is a failure state. And I do need to clarify that's not true. Needing help is not a bad thing in itself. It does not mean you have failed. But the fact that I know that logically doesn't make it any easier. It's like, yeah, with all of this, I get stuck in a what do I do cycle. And it's inherently self-defeating. As long as I accept the cycle as it is, nothing is getting done. So I need to find, like, I don't know, a third path here. I need to be able to take a perpendicular direction. And with that, I might finally end up in a state where I feel like I can help myself. Yes, I did slip and fall off the edge there. That was entirely on me. Good luck with the climb. Thanks! Sorry, I'm just out here talking about my intimate mental health stuff. But it's my live stream, and I get to do what I want. Okay, so it turns out 3 beetles is enough to stun lock you forever. There we go. You can move just a little bit while you're ragdolled. It's not a lot. But you can do it. Thankfully, it is not easy to actually get stuck forever. Now, if I do need any medkit, I'm going to need big medkit, not small medkit. There are enough options that it's basically impossible to get stuck forever. There's a way out even if it seems like there's 3 beetles stun locking you into eternity. They can't all attack at the same time, not actually. And you can move just a little bit while you're downed. Might be inconvenient or take a minute, but there is an option there. And the hardest part of doing it is remembering it exists and not giving up. Because there is an option. There is a way out. You just need to find it and chase it. And fuck if you can keep going at the climb over and over. Then eventually, you'll get to a point where you can keep hitting the peak. I love the zombie phobia mode. That guy looked so stupid. Okay, I'm gonna do my best not to accidentally bring myself to tears on live stream. But I am having a crisis at this point. I am somewhere in a mental health thing, so y'all are just gonna have to deal with that. Cause I'm riding this through to the end. Cause I go to therapy twice a week. Daily peak is what I have on the other days. I've accepted monetary assistance for college. My parents have paid my way for my community college degree. I really appreciate that they did that. I've taken no student loan debts, and I am incredibly thankful for that. But if I can... If it's related to that, I can probably make myself keep asking for help there. And if I can get that visa, then I can make my way into a city in a much friendlier country. Maybe I can make things better for myself. Ooh. That's not something I've let myself think before. It always feels like too much of a far-off hope. There's an inevitability to it, to sadness, to depression, to doubt. That's always stopped me. It's always hit me somewhere in the middle. But fuck. Maybe. If I play it just right, I could make things better for myself. Holy shit. It hasn't really felt like a possibility before. Thank you for listening to me. Thanks for tuning in to today's Daily Beak. I really appreciate all of your viewership, and I hope to see you again next time. Whew.